old Wickley mansion sat atop the hill overlooking the sleepy town of Hallowfield. The house had stood empty for decades, a shell of blackened wood and shattered windows. The townspeople whispered stories of a demon that had once inhabited the house, but none dared to venture near it. Late one stormy night, a group of teenagers dared each other to explore the abandoned house. Armed with only their bravery and the flickering light of their phones, they made their way up the hill, their laughter echoing through the darkness. As they approached the house, they felt a sudden chill in the air. The wind howled around them, causing the old structure to creak and moan. The front door hung ajar, an invitation into the depths of the haunted mansion. With one last nervous laugh, they stepped inside. The house was a labyrinth of dark, decaying rooms, and the air was thick with the stench of mold and rot. As they ventured deeper, the teenagers felt a growing sense of unease. The atmosphere seemed to grow heavier, and they could hear faint whispers on the edge of their hearing. They eventually found themselves in a grand, musty ballroom. A grand piano stood in the corner, covered in a thick layer of dust. A huge, tattered painting of a man with cruel, dark eyes loomed over the room. The group huddled together, feeling the cold seep into their bones. One of the teens, a girl named Lucy, suddenly felt a burning sensation on her arm. She cried out, and the others rushed to see what was wrong. A series of strange symbols had appeared on her skin, red and angry as if freshly burned. The group was horrified, and the whispers grew louder, swirling around them like a malevolent presence. In a moment of panic, they decided to leave the house, running through the dark rooms, guided only by the weak light of their phones. As they made their way to the entrance, they heard the sound of footsteps behind them, growing closer and closer. The door slammed shut, trapping them inside the house. The air was suddenly thick with the smell of smoke, and they realized with horror that the house was beginning to burn. The flames spread quickly, licking at the walls and consuming the ancient wood. The group scrambled to find an exit, but the fire blocked every path. The heat was unbearable, and they knew they wouldn't last much longer. As they huddled together, praying for a miracle, the painting in the ballroom began to change. The man's cruel eyes seemed to come alive, and the canvas started to smolder. The image began to disintegrate, and from the ashes emerged a demon, tall and menacing with skin like molten lava. The demon approached the terrified teenagers, its eyes burning with malice. "You have awoken me," it hissed, its voice like the crackle of the flames, "and for that you will pay." The teens begged for mercy, but the demon showed none. It reveled in their terror as the fire grew hotter, the flames dancing in its eyes. As the house continued to burn, the screams of the trapped teenagers echoed through the night, merging with the howling wind. The townspeople of Hallowfield huddled in their homes, unable to shake the feeling of dread that had settled over their town. The demon stood in the heart of the burning house, watching as the flames consumed everything around it. The fire was its element, and it reveled in the destruction. Once again, the town of Hallowfield would learn the terrible price of disturbing its slumber.